Welcome to the channel. This reading will be focused on the energy of Amberlynn Reid. I've done already a few readings on her and her relationships. I saw the last video that she posted where she talked about being diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. I'm going to say this. This is one thing I didn't know about Amberlynn before someone requested a reading on her like a month ago, or whenever I did the first read I did on her. And this is one thing that I can say for certain, without the cards, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, I'm not, I'm none of those things, but I could tell you this much. I could tell, and I caught on pretty quickly, that she, definitely seems like a pathological liar. And I'm going to say it reminds me a little bit of Meghan Markle, okay? So I'm going to focus this reading on, and I don't know if she was actually diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, as she has said, because she has said other diagnosis, being claimed to be diagnosed with other things in the past. Although I would not be surprised if this diagnosis was true, because she, in my humble opinion, seems to exhibit characteristics of someone with borderline personality disorder. I'm not a doctor, but I'm going to say that from my understanding, and I could be wrong, so if I am, correct me in the comments if you know different, that the big difference between someone who has some sort of narcissistic personality disorder and borderline personality disorder is that the narcissist does not question themselves or why they are the way they are, whereas the person with the borderline personality disorder actually feels a heaviness, a misunderstanding of their own self, maybe even questions themselves, like, why am I like this? So I want to peek in on Amber's current energy, what's representing her, and I would like to do kind of what I did with the teen mom readings, where I would like to peek in and maybe get a glimpse of where did this begin? Where was the seed planted? Because I feel like a lot of the problems, they start, and when we don't get help, and I think getting popular on YouTube for the teen moms, it was the MTV show. Those things, I think, made their situation, makes a situation that's already not great even worse, if that makes sense. So this is a general reading for entertainment purposes only, if I did not mention. And if you're new to my readings, hey, I'm Melissa, and I like to be a fly on the wall. I like to buzz through the blinds of the person on my mind. And right now, the person on my mind is Amberlynn Reid. So show me, please, what is Amber's current energy? What's representing her? Let's start there. What's representing? There's a lot. All right, the King of Cups is on the bottom. Yeah, a Page of Wands is under that. Three of Wands under her. So, without even turning these over, and this, oh, I feel like there's so much. So, this is saying to me that this person, Amberlynn, is emotionally distraught. This is not a stable king, I'm not feeling. This is a king, an energy that's in the emotions of it, might be drinking, and she said she wasn't drinking anymore, but this says to me she is. She's enjoying a drink. And being impulsive. This is the Page of Wands. It doesn't think about the past, the future. It's in the moment. So she might be just very impulsive right now and feeling like she's made a choice to do this. So we're going to look at what's here. But I'm going to say then, if, again, this is a general reading for entertainment purposes only. But if this is true, this would mean everything she said in her last little video. Well, I don't see the ones on Instagram or TikTok. I'm referring to the last video that I saw that she posted up here on YouTube. So she said she wasn't drinking anymore. She said, you know, she had been diagnosed with such and such. And then she said, which was I can understand why so many people become irritated to the point that they are like disgusted or they become like angry, because you're following this person, you support them, you like them, you think you like them, and then you catch them in these blatant lies where it's almost like someone lying right to your face, because that's what she does, and it makes you feel angry. Like, why is this person doing this? I really feel like it's part of her mental illness, whatever that is, whether she's was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, which would not surprise me. I left it in a comment in one of my readings. Someone commented and I replied saying I felt like she had narcissism, especially in her relationship with Becky. It really showed. I feel like with Destiny, you didn't see it as much because Destiny's personality was just, you know, she wasn't... Becky's more of an empath, okay? And I'm not... There's nothing... Destiny's not a bad person, I'm not saying that. But Becky's more sensitive and therefore got caught up in that cycle of abuse, because that's what it was. That was abusive relationship for Becky, in my opinion. Amberlynn's side was not correct in that relationship. And it definitely is linked to some sort of, something wrong with this person's emotional state, okay? That's what this could talk about as well. Just the emotional state. If she isn't drinking, if she was honest about that. But yeah, in her mind, in her eyes, this is like something, yeah, and under here's the 5 of disc, which is like, she feels like she's been left in the, and under that is this, in the different deck I used to do a reading on Amberlynn, we got a King of Swords, and I felt like that was wifey's energy through Amber's eyes, and maybe even in life, you know, she cut off Amberlynn. Now I'm wondering if that video she did where I did a reading, like who was she referring to in the Instagram deleted post, and that in the video she put up here, she addressed that, you know, like people are saying that I said I was ghosted and da-da-da, maybe even by a man. She might have even said that, and she basically said she had no idea, like, where that came from, like, why anyone would think that. It's very frustrating. Anyway, I'm feeling this is wifey's energy through Amber's eyes, and maybe even through wifey's energy, that she cut off, you know, Amberlynn. That might have been the one thing she was honest about. And maybe that was what she was speaking about when she, in the deleted video, talked about being ghosted. Yeah, you know, I think, you know what I think? I think wifey literally blocked her number. And I think everything that Amber shared about in her last video having to do with wifey was bull. Was caca on Amberlynn's part. Yeah. So anyway, I think she's is very impulsive in nature still. I think she might be, if her diagnosis was actually given by a real doctor, and she was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, and is going to get some sort of treatment for that. This could represent, okay, that she's now taken some sort of stance, acceptance, looking at, this is maybe why I'm so impulsive. This is maybe why I have such an addictive nature when it comes to controlling myself, controlling my emotions, jumping into relationships. I mean, I can go on and on. Alright, there's so much here. So this was on the side. We have a 2 of Wands, and we have Strength. So she could be feeling, like here, the 3 of Wands is like looking towards the Page of Wands, like this acceptance perhaps, hopefully, this here could represent just how difficult she feels and recognizes the path ahead will be for her. Because it will be, if this is true and she gets treatment for this, okay? Because there is no medication for this. There is no real cure. It's just intensive therapy and retraining the brain. So she really could be trying to face the fact that, like, what I just said, there's no pill, there's no easy fix. Even when, and I said this in one of the videos I think I did on the Teen Moms, one of the Teen Moms, I believe, medication in general, some people think, oh, I get diagnosed with something, and now there's this magic pill I'm going to take, it's going to fix everything. But that's not the case. You have to make changes not only if a medication is available to help with whatever your ailments are, great, but you also have to change your mindset. You have to change, you know, how you look at food. You have to look at food as medicine sometimes, and anyway, it's a whole thing. So I feel like that's kind of what she's dealing with, you know, kind of coming to the realization that there is no quick fix, and there's a path ahead that she's going to have to choose to stay on and have a lot of strength, because she will have to have a lot of strength to face her own self. Alright, let's lay these out, because this is a ton. 2 of Swords, 2 of Cups, 4 of Swords, High Priestess, the King of Coin, the King of Wands, the Page of Swords, oh no, I'm sorry, the Knight of Swords, Death, 8 of Wands, the Nightmare, 9 of Swords, to the Chariot. Okay, so these first 3 cards, this 2 of Swords, this 2 of Cups, to this 4 of Swords. I'm going to say this is representing how she is keeping certain truths to herself, not verbalizing them, and even in a way not wanting to face certain things. Alright, this could have to be with that, about, you know, connected to that. Not really wanting to, finding it difficult to really take off the blindfold and face what this person has to face to take this new path ahead. Still not over, and still hoping for some sort of coming together. And I'm going to say with someone that she's already been with. So I don't know if this is, like, still about wifey, having some sort of, like, hope within that wifey's gonna change her mind and come back. Because this is a reunion, okay? A reunion attached to emotions. If not, then maybe my reading about the possible person from the old neighborhood or back home being involved in her life in some way, that it could represent that person if that held any truth. And I'm going to say, whatever this is, she's not verbalizing it to us, because this is the 4 of Swords, and this is the person that is quiet and keeping things to themselves. Alright, now we see a High Priestess, and I see a King of Coin, and I see a King of Wands. So for me, these represent actual people, I feel like, in her energy. This could even represent an actual person in her energy, I felt like. This High Priestess. These could be like 3 new, this is what I feel, so I'm just gonna say it. I feel like these are 3 new people in her life. 1 or 2, I feel like these energies, one of them could be the psychologist or whoever's help. If she is seeing someone and she was diagnosed, I feel like whatever that diagnosis was maybe this High Priestess energy. This is the person that knows things we don't. So she might actually have some admiration for this energy and see them as someone that is wise and can lead them and guide them and knows things that she doesn't, all right, and respects them and admires them for that and recognizes that about this person. And I feel like this person has good intentions for her and that she feels they have noble intentions. This, for me, the King of Pentacles is like a nurturing father energy. So I don't know if there's a masculine, because I don't feel like it's the mother. I feel like it's a masculine energy. So I feel like there might be a masculine energy that's around her right now, whether it's her mother's boyfriend or someone that's not related, I don't know. In some way, married in or related, that she's looking at as a father-type energy. Unless it's her actual father, I can't remember. I'm drawing a complete blank on her birth father. And this King of Wands, I'm going to say, represents a masculine energy that she... I don't know if this is like the masculine energy that I peeked in on in the reading where I, was trying to see who she was talking about in the deleted Instagram, because I felt like there was a masculine energy. This is what I feel. I know it's weird. If it ends up being true, I will even be surprised. But I feel like there is a masculine energy that she is attracted to. Okay? I don't know if they're attracted back to her. I don't know if something is going to come of this. But that's what I feel from this. Okay? And then I see a Prince of Swords, which is my Knight of Swords. It's the Death card. And this Eight of Wands. And if you watch tarot, you know sometimes readers say that the Knight of Swords is like the narcissistic energy. And I always say, whenever I bring this up, that I try to not use that word because it's used very loosely. And it is a true mental illness. And there's different types of narcissism. So, but this is what we might, attribute those traits to the energy that might be connected to this card. And I would say that's Amberlynn, because the majority of people who decide they're going to diagnose her, and I'm not gonna lie, I was one of them. And like I said in the comment that was left, I left a reply to someone saying, yeah, I feel that she has narcissistic traits. And that would make sense if she was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. So this could be how she really is like, in this Death card, the person's like ripping their skin open. Like, I used to say, because I used to always feel like this represented, if it was connected to the energy I was peeking in on, that person either felt like they were going through something or had gone through something so awful that they wanted to, like, get out of their own skin, like wanted to be out of their own body. That could be it too, relating to her. But I'm feeling like this is like how Amber is looking toward the future. Like she's going to conquer this part of herself that has been viewed as a narcissistic type of personality. That she wants to face herself, be reborn in a sense, because that is also what the Death card represents. A permanent ending and a new day. Tomorrow's a new day. And the Eight of Wands is about information. It's about movement. And I really feel like this is representing her desire to move away from the old, immature self, okay? And what the character that she has, this part, what you see, I feel, and again, this is a general reading for entertainment purposes only. if you watch her very first videos and you compare it and just watch how she, throughout the years, there's a progression, okay? And I do feel like a seed was planted long ago and at the time, then it grew into this monster, that you see before you. And I really believe that she might be understanding and seeing that to a certain extent. And I believe she does have a desire within to recreate herself, to find herself. Maybe this is what that's about too, like finding yourself. And I feel like this is about being open, or trying to be open, or recognizing that she has to be open to receiving and seeing things a new way, getting information in a new way. Maybe this represents the actual therapy, or the understanding that she will need to have intensive therapy. Maybe even like 8 months of intensive therapy. And this is the Nine of Swords, the Nightmare card, and this is the Chariot. And I'm going to say, overall, her energy, she's stressed out, okay? She's probably not sleeping well. And I'm going to say that she wouldn't be sleeping well anyway because of your weight. Being that heavy is definitely going to have, it's going to affect your sleep. She probably can't sleep for more than a few hours at a time. And I bet she misses, like, having 9 hours of sleep at one time. Probably never, doesn't even remember what that's like. I don't know if she ever was able to have more than a few hours of sleep at a time, because I feel like she's always been plagued with a certain amount of anxiety. And not, you know what I mean? Because she didn't become this way for no reason. And I think this Chariot is showing how she recognizes that she's been stifled on her journey to a certain degree, and that her ride, like, hasn't moved. She hasn't been moving. She hasn't been progressing on her journey in life. And I think that this is also saying that the part of her is ready to move on, that she's tired of being in a nightmare, okay? That she's very tired of feeling like this, and she would like to move on. But the ride's not moving, so she's going to have to learn new ways of seeing and being and even moving. This could actually represent how she has to learn new ways of how she sees exercise, that aspect of recreating herself and getting in a healthier space. All right, that's what I see there. So let's ask, because that went longer than I wanted. She's feeling a lot. She's feeling a lot of stuff, guys. Let's ask, I want to ask where the seed was planted. When did she become, or was there a specific incident that created this, like, pathological lying thing? Because I will say for sure, like I said in the beginning, she's definitely a pathological liar. And being a pathological liar in itself is not considered a mental illness, although I don't know why. But I think overall, from my understanding, being a pathological liar is connected to usually one of 3 different mental illnesses, and one of them is borderline personality disorder. So, I don't know. I don't know if she actually is really in therapy. I'm feeling like she might be, but excuse me, I can't trust what she says. I'm feeling like the cards are saying yes, she is in therapy, but I don't know if she's going to stick with it. The cards are saying it's seeming like she wants to, or she's feeling that way. But that Two of Wands makes me nervous, and I know she can be a bit of Two of Pentacle energy. Alright, so let's see if we can buzz through the blinds of Amberlynn's mind and peek in on if there was a specific thing, incident, or time or space in her life where this part of her personality, the seed, was planted to become a pathological liar. because I feel like that's where it kind of started. And if it's not that, the only other thing it could be is that you're born with a certain type of, you know, born that way. Like Lady Gaga said, was I born this way? Okay, so, alright, let's see what this is. Okay. Before I flip these over, I see the Hierophant on the bottom. Oh my gosh, a ton of discs. Huh. And we see a Page of Swords. Alright, before we look at this, let's just... This is what these cards mean. This is, for me, representing... This is the Pope. It's the Hierophant card. This is either representing a person that was by the book, like really into the Bible. This is either representing an actual person in her energy that was super religious, okay? That's what I felt. Because if it wasn't that, I would say someone from the church or an experience even in the church. But I'm feeling this is actually just a person that was maybe a family member that was very religious, very strict, very moral, very like on a path of morality through her eyes especially. This 10 of coins has to do with our the foundation of which we build our life. There's your family, your home, your prosperity, everything you build that's going to add to the prosperity of your life. The feeling that comes with being part of a solid foundation. All right, and this is about, like, it's the Page of Swords. It's about information. Sometimes it's a spy. So Amber, at a young age, a younger age, could have been influenced. I'm going to say, from what we know, or what I know of what she has shared about her younger life, being taken from the family, not feeling like having any sort of solid foundation, roots, you know, being like put in different families. This for me is a very immature energy. It's a person that is using information. This could be where the seed was planted, that the way she could use information, going from family to family, not having a solid foundation, and maybe even being influenced or feeling judged, betrayed, or inspired by someone that she viewed to be a holy person, or someone that, like what I said, you was there. She might have started lying to be viewed by whoever she was lying to come off more like a good person. She might have not felt like she was a good person. Maybe she felt like because she wasn't viewed in a holy or beautiful way by her adult energies, the people that should have protected her and guided her on the path, you know, being tossed or feeling, you know, always part of a different family, wanting to be part of their own family, missing their own family even. That seed might have been planted there. And pages are like young energies, so I feel like this could have been between like the ages of like 8 and 11. Alright, what's here? These all came out to the side. 4 of discs, the Sun, the 7 of sword, the World, the 7 of cup, the 2 of disc, 4 of wand, 6 of cup. Alright. I'm feeling like this is talking about being, not being held on to. This is the 4 of coins. Feeling like she wasn't held on to by her family. That I'm feeling like what I said here. All right. The Sun card. feeling like there's no tomorrow. Okay? That's what I felt. The Seven of Swords. That's my, one of my least favorite cards in the deck. And it represents a liar, a sneak, sometimes a thief. So I feel like this is where that, the seed was planted, and this is where maybe it becomes even more part of the personality, where now lying is like a second nature, okay? And I'm really feeling like she felt she didn't really have a choice. It just so fluid, it's not upright or upside down, they're to the side. Almost like they have no control of how how these things integrated into her personality. The world, the Seven of Cups, and this Two of Coins. So this world, I'm feeling, is representing how she felt like she had no place in the world. Like she didn't belong in this world. That's what I felt. The Seven of Cups, feeling like her choices were not her own. Okay? Maybe this is where also lying, that becoming like second nature to her personality, becomes a thing that she can control in a world where she has no control. And I think this is where she already had issues with food, and this may be where the food becomes next level, like the only thing she can control is what she puts in her mouth and what she expresses from her mouth. Alright? And this Two of Coins, it's like juggling. She could have had no, I'm feeling, true understanding, because there's no maturity. She's not emotionally or mentally mature enough to understand that she's creating or feeding now, like this will be the thing that always puts her on the tightrope. This will be the thing that will now affect the rest of her life. Where some other people may have turned to alcohol or drugs, or some people turn to something that might be considered healthy, like academics, sports, depending on the young person and what they've learned up until this point, that's going to now, lead them down the path. That Two of Wands when you're at the crossroad. But up till this point, all she learned is that nobody will hold on to her. She feels like there's no tomorrow. Like tomorrow doesn't matter. I don't know if the adults around her at that time were so glim, or like, and maybe they literally vocalized that like the future was bleak or something. I don't know. And this really shaped, even maybe creating a little fantasy world where like we create little stories in our own mind, to get us by. Could have fueled the nature of telling stories, And this Four of Wands to the Six of Cups. I'm feeling like this is just very straightforward, talking about imbalance with home. The imbalance of not having a home, a place to call home. Those of you who grew up with a place that you felt was safe, like home sweet home, that she doesn't understand that feeling. Because I just felt the heaviness of that specific feeling of having no home, and the heaviness of that, okay? And this Six of Cups. Sometimes it's the desire for a soulmate. The way this is, like, so this could be where she maybe in her mind was like, and I've said this for some of the teen moms that, because I felt it in their readings, that they were going to try to create, whether they were conscious of this or not, the life that they wished they had been given as children growing up. You know, part of them, or this person, Amberlynn, you know, may have had a fantasy that one day they could create the life in their own family, you know, to make up for the family they did not have growing up. I hope I spit that out the way I meant for it to say, you know. And I think this is also showing that she really, really desired to find a person besides a family, the stability of a home, the desire to have that feeling of a home, the safeness that I think she felt like she never had. Like, she didn't know what this ever really felt like, but there was a dream or an ideal in the mind of what it should be or could be. And I think, you know, this is showing the desire to have a soulmate, someone that would understand her in a way to complete her, a love that would complete her, that wasn't like a sibling, a parent, an actual lover, a mate, a person, okay? Yeah, that's what and it's sad. I actually feel a lot of heaviness and sadness with this, okay? Alright, guys, that's what I'm feeling here, and if you want to support what I do, like the video. You can buy me a coffee if you want to donate to me. If you want a personal reading, you can email me. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. Alright, guys, I hope I see you next time. Love you.